Hello dear children, welcome back. So today we'll start our English lecture with a famous inspirational quote by Walt Disney. All our dreams can come true if we have the courage to pursue them. Pursue them means to follow in order to catch them. So children, keeping this in mind, we will start our lecture. We will start our figures of speech. That figure of speech is a departure from the ordinary form of expression or the ordinary course of ideas in order to produce a greater effect. I told you children that figure of speech is used in English language to make it more creative, more expressive and more interesting. We are using them daily in our life, in our language without realizing it. They are a very important method of communication. So in this session, we will see 12 figures of speech. Let us go through them. I have told you simile, metaphor, personification, onomatopoeia, exclamation, interrogation, inversion, antithesis, hyperbole, tautology, repetition and alliteration. The last class we have seen 3 of them. We will just, in short, we will revise them. First is simile. In simile, there is a comparison made between two objects of different kind which have however at least one point in common. For example, friendship is like a garden of flowers. Here, friendship is compared to the garden of flower. We can also say the baby is as soft as feather. Here, the comparison is made between baby and feather and the common quality is softness. Next, we have seen that is metaphor. Metaphor, again it is a comparison, but the comparison is hidden. Here we cannot see the words like or as. For example, the camel is the ship of the desert. The trees are emeralds of the forest. The comparison is done. Next is personification. In personification, here the inanimate objects means the objects lacking the quality of motion, that is lifeless objects, are spoken of as having life and intelligence. For example, stars are dancing in the sky, laughter holding both her sides. Here the stars are given the quality of dancing and laughter, which is an abstract noun, has been given the human quality of holding. That's why this kind of figure of speech is called personification. Now children, today we will start some new figures of speech. So we will go through them. So this is a new one, onomatopoeia. Onomatopoeia is a figure of speech in which a word is used that phonetically suggests or imitates the source of sound that it describes. It imitates the natural sound of a thing. It creates a sound effect that mimics the thing described, making the description more expressive and interesting. By hearing the sound, we understand that it is onomatopoeia. Now see the example, it will be more clear to you. The sound, the natural sound I have highlighted. The buzzing bee flew away. Whenever the bee comes in front of us, we know the sound, that is buzzing comes. Buzzing, we can hear the buzzing sound. The sack fell into the river with a splash. Splash is that sound. The rustling leaves kept me awake. Sound of leaves. Tick-tock sound of clock was all that we could hear. The clock, whenever clock comes, tick-tock sound automatically comes in our mind. Ding-dong rang the bell. Ding-dong sound is connected with bell. Quack-quack went the ducks as we gave them bread. So these are some natural sound that are connected with the thing that we are going to describe. So this is onomatopoeia. Next is exclamation. Exclamation, this word already you have heard children, you know the exclamatory sentence. So here this expression expresses strong emotions such as surprise, pleasure or anger. Exclamatory form is used to draw greater attention to a point. Here it is easy to identify because the sentence consists of exclamatory mark. Now see the examples. What a sad event. How sweet the moonlight sleeps upon the bank. What a great piece of work. How wonderful. Ice cream sundaes are my favorite. Fantastic. Let's go. So these are exclamation sentence, exclamation figures of speech showing surprise, pleasure or anger. Next again, a well-known name, interrogation. Interrogation sentence also you know children, interrogative sentence, question sentence. It is used to ask a question not for the sake of getting an answer but to put the point more effectively. Now see, example, isn't it a lovely day? Am I an idiot to fall for your lies? Who do you think you are acting that way? Really? Am I my little brother's caretaker? So this kind of sentences, we ask them not to just not to get the answer, but to put some emphasis, put some importance. That's why they are called interrogation figure of speech. Next is inversion. As the name tells you that here something is inverted. Okay, it is a figure of speech in which grammatical construction of sentence is inverted in order to provide emphasis to the sentence. Emphasis means in order to give some importance to the sentence. In this, normal order of words are reversed in order to achieve a particular effect or to give emphasis. It is used to maintain a particular rhyme scheme in poetry or to emphasize a specific word in prose. Now prose means written or spoken language, that is not a poetry. Now see here children, examples will more clear to you. Shock, divorce. See, the grammatical order is something wrong. So correct word order is I was shocked. Tomorrow will come the decision. Correct word order will be the decision will come tomorrow. Patience you must have. Correct order, you must have patience. An excellent decision she made there. Correct word order, she made an excellent decision there. Down the stairs came the dog running. Correct word order, the dog came running down the stairs. So here normal word order are reversed to create a special emphasis. So these are called inversion. So children, today we will stop here. So your work for today is you will make a 100 pages copy. In that you will give the heading figures of speech. You will copy down 12 figures, names of 12 figures of speech, and one by one you will write the short explanation and examples shown here. Okay? Till inversion you will copy down. Remaining 5 we will do in the next class. And your homework is you will repeat the names of figures of speech 10 times each and learn by heart the spelling. This is your homework. You have to repeat 10 times names of figures of speech and learn by heart. Okay children? Thank you.